Which features do birch and alder share, and how can we tell them apart? I'm Frank Owens from the Wood Identification Team at Mississippi State University. In this series of videos, we'll teach you how to identify North American woods the scientific way with a small magnifying glass called a hand lens. In our previous video, we taught you how to identify hard and soft maple. In this video, we'll show you two more diffuse porous woods that are structurally very different from the maples, red alder and birch. While birches can range from heavy and hard to moderately so depending on the species, alder is much lighter and softer. Both woods are reasonably available in North America and used for furniture, cabinets, paneling, and other applications. As we suggested in previous videos, please remember when you view your wood specimens under a hand lens to orient them with the rays running vertically and the growth rings running horizontally. This will make it easier to compare them to the images you see in my slides and your wood anatomy reference book. We'll see many features of birch and alder today, but let's start by previewing the most important ones, the ones you should commit to memory. We'll start with the features these two woods share. Both are diffuse porous. Their pores are solitary or in short radial multiples and are wider than their narrow rays. As for contrasting features that separate birch from alder, there are two important ones, density and hardness, and the presence of occasional broad rays in alder. Keep these lists of most important common and contrasting features in mind as we look at these and other features in detail. Now, let's take a closer look. We'll start with some contrasting physical characteristics. While some species of birch are heavy and hard, others can be moderate in both properties. Alder, on the other hand, is much lighter and softer. The heartwood of birch is light to dark brown or reddish brown, while the heartwood of alder is a pale tan aging to light brown with a slight reddish tinge. Next, let's look at some anatomy. We'll start on the tangential surface. Both birch and alder have what we call even grain. That means there's little to no visual contrast between the earlywood and latewood on the tangential surface. While alder sometimes exhibits broad rays on the tangential surface, birch does not. Now let's move to the radial face. While you might notice some ray fleck in both images, the flecks are not big and prominent like we saw in the oaks, so there really isn't much to remember on the radial face. Finally, let's look at some transverse features. Both woods are diffuse porous. And in both woods, the pores are solitary or in multiples of 2s or 3s. Unlike the maples, the pores of both birch and alder are much wider than their narrow rays. This feature can help you easily distinguish birch from maples. Finally, unlike an oak, alder's broad rays occur only occasionally, and we never see them in birch. And that's all for today. Congratulations on learning how to identify two new North American hardwoods. Now that we've covered the maples, birches, and alder, we'll move on next time to two more diffuse porous woods, black cherry and yellow poplar. If you're interested in learning how to identify wood the scientific way, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll be rolling out new videos over the next several weeks. In the meantime, if you have a wood specimen you want scientifically identified or in-person or online training for yourself or your company, please send me an email at frank.owens@msstate.edu. This video has been brought to you by Mississippi State University Extension, taking care of what matters.